Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Extra Time TV. This is Andres Sokla and we're going to head straight into it. The UEFA Champions League took place today. Inter Milan took on Atletico Madrid, as you can see here. An unusual suspect scored. Not Lautaro Martinez, but Marco Arnautovic got that lone goal for Inter Milan to separate both teams in the first leg. Let's talk about it. All right, so a lot of people were thinking that Lautaro Martinez was going to score, but the unusual person, the unusual suspect, was Marco Arnautovic, somebody who has not been doing well for Inter Milan. You know, a lot of people have been calling for his heads in the comment section. I've seen the fans criticize him a lot. And today, it did not help much because he did miss 3 clear chances. 2 headers, I believe. There was one that he could have just tapped it in or at least reacted. He had some chances, folks. And eventually, in the end, before everybody went insane, he eventually got one. There was, I won't say a breakaway, but an opportunity. It was saved by Allback. Lautaro Martinez took his shot, he got the rebound, and to be honest, you could see the relief on his face when he scored this particular goal. That was crazy. Inter Milan should have easily won this game about 3-0, maybe 4-0, or at least have 3 goals in this first leg of the tie, heading back to the Metropolitano, folks, which is Atletico Madrid's home stadium. So let's pull out some stats real quick. As you could see here from SofaScore, the possession, 56% ball possession versus 44. It was pretty even. You know, 2 teams, Diego Simeone versus Simone Inzaghi. 19 shots for Inter, 5 on target versus 7 for Atletico Madrid. 87% accurate passes and 84% duels won. It was pretty physical. Big chances created. 3 for Inter Milan, which, you know, they should have taken, versus 2 for Atletico Madrid. The overall rating was 7.12 for Inter Milan. Also, we're going to take a look at the formations brought to you by SofaScore, the tactical lineup, which fascinates me with both coaches. So let's take a look at the formations of both teams real quick. It is always, as always, for Simone Inzaghi. 3 at the back, Alessandro Bastoni, De Vrij, and Benjamin Pavard at the back. What was interesting was Marcus Thuram had to come off, and that's why we brought on our boy, Marco Arnautovic. And, you know, folks, he has been under a lot of criticism, and maybe this might be the goal that will bring out his confidence. But what I would like to say is, let's bring back up the formations again real quick, where we could talk about Diego Simeone. Simeone played 3 at the back as well, which is very different for Diego Simeone. He's always known for that, you know, 4-4-2. He has been trying to play more expansive football. You know, Molina is on the right. Obviously, he is known as a right back, but he can play as a wide right player, more running up and down the right side. Also, you have Llorente and Griezmann, which we'll talk about in a little while. Rodrigo de Paul, we'll talk about him. So, moving forward, we're going to talk about the individual players, and SofaScore has highlighted for Inter Milan, Nico Barella. So let's pull that up really quickly. As you could see, he played the full 90 minutes, ball recoveries 8, which is what we like about him. This is a guy who never runs out of energy, runs all over the pitch. He can create, he can run in between the lines, he's not afraid to get physical. 4 tackles, 1 interception, duels 1, 7 out of 11. You know, this is a guy who combats every ball, sometimes a little bit too much. He gets a little bit too hot-headed. Key passes 4, accurate passes 88, and an overall rating of 7.9. And as you can see on the heat map there, he dominated the right side, but he can go all over the pitch. Nico Barella is one of those players I really like a lot. He can blow hot and cold, literally. I think sometimes he's a red card waiting to happen. There's a lot of passion in him, which makes him admirable, but it could also make him, you know, a double-edged sword for Inter Milan. Also, let's talk about Atletico Madrid. You know, a lot of people are speaking about Antoine Griezmann, a player I like a lot. He plays really great for France. He has proven, not just for Diego Simeone, but for France, that he can play not just as an attacking player, but he can play in the midfield and in defense. But today he was very silent. And, you know, let's pull up the stats for Griezmann as well. And as you can see, he was shut down in this particular game. He played 78 minutes. He got 0 shots. He attempted 2 dribbles, successfully 0. Key passes 1. As you can see on the heat map, he did not cover a lot of ground. Tackles 2, duels 1, accurate passes 82%. And his SofaScore rating was still 7.0. But overall, his impact on the game, and I think this is down to Inzaghi's tactical formation. They did not allow him the space he usually has. But kudos must be given to Diego Simeone. The game was not as, you know, I can't say one-sided because the game was 1-0, but the game was very close. It was 2 exciting teams that I would love to see play. In fact, to me, out of all the games, this was one of the most intriguing games of this particular knockout stage. And that's why I think, you know, the next tie, will Inter Milan regret not scoring those chances from Arnautovic? And, you know, Thuram and those guys are going to have to really step up. But what I will say is, heading to the Metropolitano, in March, Diego Simeone and his men could play into Inzaghi's men, because the pressure will be on them to get that goal, which plays into Inter Milan's hand, because then they will create spaces at the back, and guess what? Inzaghi and his men love that counter-attack in football. They have different types of solutions. If they need to, they could shut it down. So folks, let me know what you think. Scan that QR code that's going to pop up and let me know what you think about this game. Do you think Inter Milan are going to regret this? Do you think Diego Simeone and his men are going to come back and knock Inter Milan out of this tie? We will see. So with that being said, let me know your thoughts for those live streamers out there. The live viewers out there. What you think in the comment section. And we'll be back in one moment to talk about the other game between PSV and Dortmund.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching Extra Time TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe.